What's up, guys? Blazing here. Welcome back to the channel, and thanks for joining me on another Raid Shadow Legends video. All right, so we have a team for Spider, R10, only epics. We're not working with a lot of crazy stuff. Actually, the builds could be tweaked to whatever way you want them, but the ones that I currently have, we could actually use everywhere else in game, right? So we currently have, and it's an epic Spider turn attack turn team, right? For this, you can see here, I used it to do my 5,700 points. I wasn't really going to go for this because I don't think this is worth, you know, the 8,000. Maybe, I don't know. It's like an extra, I don't know, 30 runs or something, or 25 runs or something like that. I don't know. It doesn't really matter, but it's an epic team, no legendary champions, and they're pretty semi-accessible. We're not using any enemy max HP champions. You know, I do want to give a shout out to Airfriend 2, who was on stream kind of helping me work on one of the teams. And we did try a couple of different other ones, but again, the nice thing about this one is we just put the team together with the builds that are going to be able to work everywhere else in game. So that said, I do want to again show you guys we are not working with the main account. We are on the alt account, so we aren't working with crazy dumb gear. So let's go ahead. Let's showcase the team. Let's break down the builds and the AI. Okay, so yeah, we are working with two Void champions. Unfortunately, Akemtum is insane as a champion himself with the poisons. The way he just works is awesome. White Dryad, I mean, if you don't have a Kymar, she's one of the next best things. It's an individual one, but it is what it is. Now, Venomage and Fayne, along with Mausoleum Mage, you could make some tweaks, right? But here's the thing. You do need poisons to go before Akemtum, right? That way, Akemtum can just spread them with the Hex. Fayne brings in a weaken, which helps Akemtum do a little more damage. I guess you could put a Seer in if you wanted to here. But that's really up to you. And then as for Mausoleum Mage, you kind of want some sort of support that's going to give you, you know, the increased defense or some sort of big heal or something. Because if you don't, what'll happen is White Dryad will go below 50%, and then she's not going to use the reset on Akemtum. She's going to use it on herself and heal herself up. So let's go ahead. Let's do the run real quick. It's not the world's fastest run, okay? But again, for an all-epic champion team, I mean, listen, unless you're a whale, guys, you don't really care how long the team takes, right? Let's be honest. Unless you're spending 20, 30,000 energy and you really need, doesn't really matter. But you can see here, she used the A2 on Akemtum, cleansing him, right? He took that sleep debuff because he was the last, so that made it even better for us. There we go. 12 turns. Now here, I don't know. I wish I could just get that little bit of extra damage from Fayne or somebody to make it worth it. But there we go. 16 turns, 136 points. Now, it's not going to be crazy, guys. Like, you're really not missing out a lot if you're trying to go with lower turns. Even at the lower turns, you're not going to get much more. You might get like 10 or 15 points. So it doesn't really matter. But to be quite honest, I mean, yeah, it's 45 seconds. It's a little bit longer than, you know, most of our double nuts teams and stuff like that. But it's still not a bad team. Overall, the builds, again, are one of those things that we can use everywhere else, whether you're pushing for Centranos or anything else, except maybe for Fayne, because she's a little bit faster than what you would use her for, like, Clan Boss. But everybody else, like the White Dryad, you could use her in Hydra. Venomage, you can use her, I mean, any dungeon teams, anything else like that. Like, we're not working with crazy, insane speeds. The good thing that we have is we are using Akmentum's speed lead, so that's helping us kind of reduce the speed a little bit. But again, you can see here 12 turns. This might be a little longer, right? So 13 turns, and Fayne, Akemtum comes in, boom, boom, and 19 turns. Again, 132 points to 136. It really doesn't matter. So let me go ahead. Let me show you guys the AI setup, and then we'll break down each champion's individual build. Okay, so AI setup, what are we doing? Akemtum has to come in with the A3 first. We got to prioritize that, right? White Dryad Nia, we actually are going to open up with the A3, and then we're going to use her A2. I guess you could open up with her A1 if you really wanted to, but you have to delay the turn on the A2 at least once, right? Now, if you get her working slower, then you could just go right off the bat with that. But the thing I find, or the problem that I find, is if she doesn't put out that ally protection, there's a very good likelihood that you might die. Venomage, we're just prioritizing the A3. Fayne is going to prioritize the A2. And then Mausoleum Mage is just going to come in and make sure that we have that increased defense and the block debuffs just to give us some survivability, right? Because you will see that if you don't bring Mausoleum Mage in and you bring in White Dryad Nia, no matter how tanky you make her, she is going to take a big hit with the ally protection. And if you don't use the ally protection, you might actually die on some of these champions because the spider does hit hard. All right, let's start up with Venomage first. Now, we do have Venomage, again, in a build that you could do other stuff with. There are one or two things that I would change on the build, but we do have her built with a regen and perception set, right? As for the stats-wise, we do have her built with, let me go to a dragon, 77k HP, almost 78k, 3,800, 3,800 defense, 260 speed. She's fast, not that fast. I've seen some at like 325 speed, +4 that can solo, like, I think, Dragon 9. I think Grim Reaper has a video out on that. Shout out to him. Make sure you guys go see him. The one thing I did want to increase was her resistance. So maybe I'm going to look at trying to rebuild her or glyph or whatever I need to try to get her close to like 450. 361 accuracy was what was needed. As for skills wise, we do have her fully booked. Obviously, she's an epic champion. Iron Will is what we did take, right? Does it make sense? I mean, it really depends on what else you're going to use it for. Ideally, I don't know. It could work. It could work. Let me know if maybe you would have picked something different. Masteries wise, we did come down for the solo masteries, right? We came down, we took Oppressor, we took Spirit Haste along with Master Hexer. We did take Evil Eye along with Lord of Steel. We did take Arcane Celerity, and we did take Exalted in Death along with Steadfast. Now, on the defense tree, we came down and we took Cycle of Revenge. We took Delay of Death along with Bloodthirst, Shadow Heal, Rejuvenation, and Improved Parry along with Defiant. Now, if you did not want to take Bloodthirst for some reason and wanted to take, Rapid Response, I don't know if that would be a good idea. Actually, no, I scrapped that. Sorry. What I meant to say is, if you don't want to take Evil Eye and take Cycle of Magic, that would actually be a pretty good idea, right? All right, let's talk Fayne next. Now, Fayne, I have built in a pure damage set. She's full instinct, right? You can see here, her gear is not fully all leveled out. We could get some major improvements out of here. I mean, 2 pieces is 2 pieces, but it could help us lower the time down. As for stats-wise, for Dragon, 5.2k attack. We don't care about defense or HP. 249 speed, so she's actually slower than almost everybody else. 100% crit rate, 236 crit damage. If you built the crit damage up a lot more, it would definitely, make the runs a little bit faster. 348 accuracy, and then as for the ignore defense, we're only at 2%. Booking situation, we do have it fully booked. Cruelty is the blessing that we did take for her. Masteries wise, we did go down and take War Master, Methodical along with Killstreak. We did take Wrath of the Slaying along with Bring It Down. We did also take Single Out with Life Drinker, Keen Strike, Heart of Glory, and we did take Deadly Precision. As for the defense tree, we took Retribution, Delay of Death. We did take Resurgent along with Blast Proof and Tough Skin. Now, you could skip all of the defense tree and go down the support. Just make sure that, if you're going to use it for like Clan Boss and something, you do not take Arcane Celerity. I would come down and then basically take Pinpoint Accuracy, Charge Focus. I would take Swarm Smiter, definitely take Lord of Steel, or you could go with Cycle of Magic, depending on what you need more. And then you could go with Sniper or Master Hexer, depending on, again, which way you decide to go. White Dryad Nia. Now, for her, I have her built with the same thing that we did when we were farming Dragon. We've got her in a Bolster and Resilience set. I really do like the Bolster set on her, just because she's going to be taking so much damage through that ally protection. She's going to heal up, so it's awesome for her, right? Now, stats-wise, what are we looking at? We're looking at 87k HP, 4k defense, 266 speed, so she's actually the faster one on the team. She does have 237 resistance. It doesn't really matter. We're not building for resistance. And 385 accuracy to land that A1 decreased speed. As for the skills, we do have it fully booked. Commanding Presence is what we did take for her. And the masteries, we are taking War Master along with Methodical. We did take Bring It Down along with Wrath of the Slaying, Life Drinker, Single Out, Heart of the Glory, Keen Strike, and we did take Deadly Precision. Now, for the defense tree, we took Tough Skin along with Blast Proof. We did go ahead and take Resurgent along with Delay of Death. We did take Retribution, and we took Deterrence. All right, so my boy Mausoleum Mage, we actually, I mean, I've grown to love him lately because he's been coming in quite clutch for almost all of these epic dungeons, right? I'm guessing we're going to start getting even Fire Knight ones, so I'm going to start working on that, and I'm hoping that it's not too crazy. I think the best we might be able to do with epic dungeons for Fire Knight might actually just be level 6. But that said, we've got Defiant and Bolster on him. Bolster is just game-changing for your account. As for the stats, we've got him built at 76k HP, 3.6k defense, 247 speed, so slower than everybody else to be able to put that decrease or that increased defense and block debuffs. We have him built with 210 resistance. Ideally, I would like to try to beef that up to like 450. This account doesn't have the best gear, so I'm kind of working with what I have. But at this point, it's doing its job perfectly fine, right? As for skills, we do have him fully booked. Again, Commanding Presence is what we did take. I know that he does not... he doesn't have an aura, but he will help us increase everybody else's. So it's nice to have a couple of different champions on the team that have Commanding Presence and other stuff like that, just because if you're deciding to build a different team, it is what it is. Masteries-wise, we don't actually have any. I would honestly go down the same way we did with Venomage, come down to Oppressor, and then, you know, basically same thing, come down to Retribution. And if you build a little bit of accuracy on him, you could definitely get yourself that decreased speed on the A1, even though it's not 100%. All right, so last but not least, we got the superstar himself, Akemtum. Now, I mean, let's just take a second here and look at how amazing he looks. Look at those 3 eyeballs in the back. Kind of creepy. It always feels like someone's looking out for you, right? Someone's watching you. Someone's always there. But we do have him built with a lifesteal and perception set. So what did we do with him? We actually really focused on one thing, making sure that he was survivable, right? So we built him with 62k HP, just shy of 3k defense, 244 speed. So he's actually slower than everybody else to take that sleep, right? That way White Dryad Nia will be able to reset him because she's going to want to cleanse him. As for accuracy and resistance, we got 220 resistance. We don't really care about that. Actually, the fact is if you put any resistance on him, it's going to be bad. 409 accuracy. I do have room in the area for build. I should probably actually just show you here. So we got like 4 extra speed here. So 248, 441 accuracy, right? It is what it is. Sorry about that, guys. Skills wise, we do have them fully booked, right? The passive is the one thing you want to make sure you have booked. 100% of inflicting damage from 1 poison debuff to other enemies under hex, right? So making sure we're spreading that hex poison is huge. Cruelty is what we did take for him, right? Masteries wise, we came down and we took Giant Slayer along with Kill Streak. We did take Methodical. We did also take Bring It Down along with Life Drinker, Whirlwind of Death. We did take Grim Resolve along with Keen Strike and Deadly Precision. As for the support tree, now here it really depends. You don't have to come down and take Spirit Haste unless you're going to put him in like a region set and try to solo some like stage 20 dungeons, which could be possible, okay? It is very gear intensive. I wouldn't really take Spirit Haste. I'd probably go down and take either Master Hexer or take Sniper. As for Evil Eye, that works out well. Lore of Steel, I'd probably actually take Cycle of Magic instead of Evil Eye. Swarm Smiter with Charge Focus and Pinpoint Accuracy. So there it is, guys. All Epic Spider team. I know we're using some Void Champions, but it is what it is. I couldn't really change it. And we played around for about 2 hours on stream trying to figure out, you can use, instead of like a Mausoleum Magebringer, maybe like a Miscreated Monster or whatnot. But ideally, if you're going to put this team in together, just make sure you follow that one thing where Akemtum needs to be the last one to take the stun or the sleep. If you guys enjoyed this video, smash that like button. Make sure to stop by on Sundays for the Knights of Teleria podcast. I know this video is going to be coming out a little bit later, but we do have a lot of interesting stuff we got to talk about, especially this being the first week of Siege. And as always, guys, much love, much appreciation. Be safe, be well, be good to each other, and I'll catch you guys next time.